in the deaf community, specifically on men?
Before that question, I think, what if on your idea, let me put an addition so that the deaf people can talk, can look at me. We have talked about mental health, but what is the causes of the mental health? What is the cause? I think from this cause we can merge it so that we can get to a solution. Because right now we are talking about solution, but what has brought this mental health? So that is what we can talk about. What are the causes? What are the causes so that the deaf people can really know what are the causes of mental health? So that is my
All
concern.
right, let me go to Sheila Collins. Sheila,
One. What are the causes of mental health?
what are the causes?
The first one, I think it's relationship situation.
True. No, you have a relationship issue.
But that's true. That's true. Yes, I agree. Yeah, that is true. There's no way I can say no. I have already experienced that.
Okay.
Oh, that is why when I said hello, you are looking down. I thought you just meant.
Look at you.
That is why I said hello, and you are very shy. It's like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree with you. That's honest.
I was shocked. Okay.
Very honest. I'm very honest, and it's fine. Okay. I said first, it's a relationship situation. The second one, it's attitude from the society. And the third one is discrimination and stigma. About relationship, how does this cause? Let's talk about it. How does it cause? It depends. I don't want to say that all relationships are bad and they bring stress. No, it depends. You will find sometime normally in that relationship, you may meet with wrong number. You may meet with right number. Depends.
Hey, my deaf people. When you say wrong number, right number, it's not mathematics, yes? Please, a wrong number means a wrong person. The right number means the right person.
Yes,
all
the
right?
right
It's
person,
not mathematics topic here, all right? It's
Yeah.
not 1 + 1 or
Yeah.
wrong 1, wrong 2. Right?
So, in this situation is, as I said, you might meet the wrong partner who might make you feel stressed. Specifically, where both of you might misunderstand each other. You might not agree. You might agree. And how does this happen? In the relationships out there, I said it depends. Maybe this person does not understand you. You can't force someone to change. You just let them do it themselves. So you can't force.
Yeah.
True.
If
You
it's
can't
impossible,
force.
just leave.
Yeah. So when you're trying to force this thing, it might make you feel stressed.
Yes.
So you feel like every time you're trying to talk, you're trying to change this person, but this person is not ready to change. What do? I feel stressed. I truly want you. I want you. I am so ready. But this person is not ready to change. So you find out that you're stressed and you might experience some issues. What did I talk about? What was the second thing?
About family discrimination.
Oh, yeah,
something like that.
discrimination. You find in the deaf community, there's a lot of communication barrier, and it's a huge challenge. And because we're experiencing this, you find that some deaf people do not want to get involved in the family issues. You're trying, but it's not working. The
able.
communication barrier is a huge problem. And you feel stressed, especially when you don't communicate with anyone. But I feel this is very minimal. Why? You should learn sign language. I wonder why in this country people are not interested in learning sign language. I wonder why.
Yeah.
So we can resolve this. And the family also, the family of the deaf person should also learn sign language. Sometimes you feel like you're not important, you feel left behind, you feel
Like you're not
discriminated.
Yeah, they feel like
Yeah.
this is like an issue which is
So
being brought
you
back
feel, family discrimination, and you feel you're not equal with the rest. You feel you're not part of the society. Let's talk about stigma. We have different attitudes. Sometimes you like someone, you feel that they're different. an issue might erupt and you're trying to maybe come up with a solution, but then these people are judging you and you feel stressed, you can't fathom. Yeah, I think that is the reason.
One thing that I can really add, economy. We talk about
Kasongo.
economy. Yeah, it affects everyone.
It's a very big challenge.
Everyone right now is affected. Now, as we see, as we can compare, like, for example, the deaf and the hearing community. All right. Many deaf people don't have jobs, are not employed. So when it comes to economy, they're stranded. Now, the more support they get is from the families, and not many families, but few families can support. And most people are independent. People are doing things by their own. You find they don't have money. Their children don't have anything to eat. Now it erupts and lures them to mental health issues. You see father, mother issues. We have seen even in the news, like people divorcing and others slapping each other very properly. Yes, and killing one another. So, but now, when these situations happen, I've not seen any organization that are really trying to focus on them. If there are these happenings, we're hearing these killings, all organizations and fund will run to them, but whenever it's a deaf issue, there's no organization focusing on them.
Yeah.
True.
It's like just leaving it just how it is.
And leave it.
They're just saying, oh, wow, the deaf can do this. Okay, they're just signing, don't focus on them. So that is the same issue. Yes, about attitude, I do agree with you, Sheila. And also economy affects a lot. Yes.
You've talked about generally, but I'm focusing it more on deaf men.
Yeah.
Mental health. That's why you've invited me here as a deaf man.
Yes, that's true.
It's general, it's okay, yes, but let us talk about the deaf men. Deaf men, the causes of mental health, they're very different from the hearing community. And it's very wide, the difference is very wide. Mental health, the causes, there are very many. But I want to select from the many causes on social with deaf community. I encourage you to give if
Never.
you can never trust a person to give you money to lend you money so that you can give them back.
Never.
Lending, loan.
There's no trust with money.
Deaf people, they hate being bothered. They will let you know. They will tell you. Let me decide on when to give you back.
I can give you back your money after 3 years.
Yeah.
Why?
I will decide.
I will give it back.
Yes, when they are borrowing, they are very humble.
Again.
And let me tell you, when you borrow,
very humble.
I was borrowing like a cat, but whenever I'm giving it back, it's like a lion.
In the deaf community, the communication is normal. Small, I'll just give you. But there is a lot of expression until you just want to zone out.
Yeah, you feel touched and you're like, okay, let me just give him.
Yes. It's 1K, I'll give you back. But you text them, you bother them. Personally, I took a loan from Tala. They have bothered me, they look for me. I'm looking for that person to slap you. But
you want to fight.
I want to fight. Because they have really bothered me. I hate that. That's why I've really sweated with this. The hustler fund from Ruto. I took 900. I've never given back up to now.
You.
So mental health has. I don't want to add stress on my life with that bother. So
they're giving you mental health issues.
Secondly, as a deaf man, we as deaf community, please, if there is a marriage, stop interfering in the marriage. Just leave the married people. Don't make the man leave. If a man goes, you sit on the lorry and then you be the driver, and then you cause a driver a conflict with the interference of the third party.
Yeah.
So that really brings a challenge in the deaf community. So that really brings a challenge most of the time. There is a lot of things, but for the third one, let us control what you tell me and what we say to each other. Before you tell me something, in your heart, in your mind, I know it's
I
big,
get you.
but imagine me telling you, Pam, you have AIDS.
Ah, wow, you
Yeah.
have it.
Very true.
Who told you?
You see,
Yeah.
the jaws
That
are
makes
on the
sense.
floor, you know.
And your mind blows
Yeah, of
up.
course
Yeah.
I could be stressed
Once.
if someone said that.
Uh, if there is a hearing, if someone hears that I have AIDS, I cannot interact with the deaf people again.
Yeah.
I cannot
Cannot.
even
Yeah,
lure you or
I
katia you
can't.
in the deaf
You
community.
disappear.
So that one brings permanent damage to to our mental health, because stress will be permanent. So those are the three things that really causes. We know there is gossip and jealousy. There is all that, but for the deaf people, and I know economy is hard. People are broke, and people really do the donkey work. But
Well, it
we don't
causes
care.
stress.
We don't care. You can just go in the morning and knock to someone else to get help for shoe brush. They don't have shame. The hearing community can exchange and they can do a lot of things, but for the deaf men, it's just a few, and that is my point.
Okay, maybe I can add to what you said.
Mhm.
A final point. I think language. If you found a deaf person who has no language, then it can affect them also mentally in their mental health, because they don't have language to express themselves.
True.
For example, if I've never gone to school, I have never learnt anything. So something small can make me erupt. It can make me have very big reactions because I don't have language to express myself. That's why it's important for deaf children to go to school, to learn how to sign, because language is very, very important. If you have no language, then your mental health also, you can have very many challenges.
Yeah,
But
because you cannot understand.
on that
Yeah.
point, I am opposing. I have a little opposition.
Okay, sure, come on.
The language is important, yes, but if a person doesn't have a language, it cannot affect our mental health. Me as Collins, I wish I didn't know how to sign.
But you know how to sign.
If I don't know how to sign, then I'll be just like a stupid. You know, you will call me fool, but I'll be laughing. You know, it is very peaceful.
You don't know what people are
yeah,
saying.
no,
It's
you don't
very
understand
peaceful.
anything.
You can tell me to sign on a village sign. That one can be an added, but it is not clear. Yes, but what you said about language, and if I don't have a language at all, it cannot affect me mentally. So me as a deaf person, I believe and I hope I couldn't have a sign, so that
Hey, yesterday someone took over my wife.
nothing at all. So deaf people in Nairobi, I know I've met some who doesn't have the language, and they can come to my house. You know, they just say God loves you, God love you, and they don't know anything. They just look at me and smile. What will you eat? They don't know. They cannot really express. So I think that is very peaceful, and
But Ollie,
you can.
when you have no language, it means you cannot interact with other people. You're isolated. You're alone. Where is the happiness there?
Some people love to be introverts,
But forever alone. Forever alone.
but those people who love to be
Example
just
now with
alone.
the Ruto economy and the university fee is 1 million one term. You just thank God that you don't have children. You see?
Well, not really.
I don't have children. I cannot waste
But in the
anything.
future, I want children. In the future, I want children. No.
Hey, Collins. All right. Okay.
Hold
okay.
on, hold on.
Sheila.
As we continue the same, you talked about different issues that cause mental illness. And I think as deaf community, let me talk about us. Most deaf people, they really love gossiping. That's true.
You can't even know if
And
it's
it
true or
can
fake.
cause
Fake news.
stress.
Hey, Sheila. I heard that yesterday you had something with the comments.
Yeah.
Very quick, very quick.
Yes,
Then
of
I asked where was this information from. Then they
Yeah,
said,
who told you?
Pam said. Then when I go to Pam, I say, how did you know this? Then Pam says, no, a child told me.
Yeah. You find that the news will spread.
This is a very important point because, sometimes maybe I can send Collins a nude photo Hey, Collins decides to post it on the WhatsApp group.
There is no
Collins.
Yes, it
confidentiality.
can cause a lot of stress because now the entire deaf community, not only in Kenya but globally,
In the world.
Globally,
has
around,
seen
all
my nude
around.
photo.
Let me say, to be honest, to the deaf, we have in the deaf we have groups. We have the Kenyan group, right? We have the African group. We have the deaf world group. Okay, so in this group, when it's
Yes,
posted,
to the next.
and now it
To the
upgrades to
next.
the other one and to the other one. It's I don't know if there's work for CCI or BCI or what, I don't know. But anyway, all right. Again, when we focus on this area on mental health professionalism or professionals or specialists, how can they support the deaf men when it comes to mental health? For example, what is the role of an interpreter in mental health? Uh, for example, whenever a specialist in mental health is trying to work and to support a deaf man, how is it supposed to be done? And also another thing, what is the role of an interpreter in mental health? All right. Now let me take it to
Okay.
Collins.
Thank you very much for that nice question. I don't know what you guys have read or you guys have studied about mental health professionals. So one man must understand the deaf culture. That is the very first thing.
Yeah, that's key. That's key.
Deaf culture is very important to be understood on how the deaf men express themselves so that you can cancel them. Don't be like, you must marry one wife. So are you forcing me? Are you forcing me? I'll get angry a lot, and then but that will be a twist of the word for a deaf person to understand. Secondly, the professional group, they must understand. If they don't know sign language, they can bring a sign language interpreter. But sign language interpreter in confidentiality will affect the professionalism.
So zero confidentiality.
So for that, we don't accept. So for sign language, or if a professional can know somewhere, they know a school, they can learn mental health, and also they can ask an organization so that they can get 4 or 5 people to go and learn mental health, so they can be a professional, so that they can have a language, so that the deaf community can be able to interact and have a language and support one another. Then thirdly, on the professional group, when you come and meet a deaf person in deaf community, we always hate people who goes around and gossip around. So the ethics of confidentiality and the responsibility, when there is an information there, don't take it anywhere else. So when a deaf man is there, they will feel happy and they will be more expressive. But for the hearing community, they can express more. If a person is a professional signer, or there is a deaf interpreter, they are very professional.
That point is very correct. But I also remember we as deaf persons, we have issues with self-confidence. Sometimes we might not be able to express ourselves due to lack of confidence. And this one can be resolved very easily. If a person is really qualified in signing, and the person also can be confident with your information, I think we should have a policy, a guide on non-disclosure agreement, so that when you as an interpreter, you access my information, or as the profession, I have already expressed myself, I've told you what my issues are. This should not, I should not hear them out there, because we've already signed an NDA, and this will really come in handy. Just in case I get to hear my information there, it's easy to sue you. So I believe as professions are learning signs, we might also get stuck. But with the NDA, then we are okay. So I think that is how we
You
can
see?
get support.
And you understand that there's law for you.
About these professions, professional learnings and language, and also maybe taking the deaf persons to go and get to learn about mental health skills. I agree. But you know what? Sometimes we need to focus mostly on the lobbying or advocating. That's the most important thing. What do you think can resolve this? I have already agreed to sign an NDA. So this information will not spread out there.
So that simply means whenever we want to have any meetup, we need to have a consent, right? An agreement where we get to sign. So I do agree and support what you say. Yes, we have trust issues. Yes, that is something which I can say yes is there. And what is the problem? Okay, let us see and look at this. Always, whenever a person meets a professional psychologist who knows much about mental health, they always say and find that the specialist knows a language. They'll ask you, where did you learn a language, right? Maybe the specialist says, I learned from the institute from which Collins teaches, right? Or different other institutes, sometimes it makes a deaf person feel like no, they cannot offer this information because they were taught by someone, right? But okay, Pam, maybe you can tell us, maybe on the hearing side, when it comes to interpreters, okay, mental health, how do you chip it?
Okay, number one, maybe what I can say about sign language interpreters in this field, if you know very well as a sign language interpreter, you do not have the background knowledge and you're coming to say you're a support person, then you must question yourself if you can support the deaf person effectively, because you are their voice, which means that you must know mental health, or you must have psychology knowledge, you must have a psychology background, you must have this information very well. And you must also be very sign language proficient. You must be very good at it. If you cannot understand the person very clearly, you're not able to get what they're saying very clearly, then you are making a big mistake. You must make sure that you can understand the deaf person, the way they sign. You're able to understand very clearly. You can voice for them very well, so that the person, the professional or the counselor, can be able to understand what their particular problem is, what their challenge is. And also at the same time, when the professional is giving you information, you must understand, you must have enough knowledge on this topic so that you're able to relay that to the deaf person. Because if you're also in that setting and you're learning, you're saying I can interpret, but you are also learning there on the ground. When they're informing you, you're shocked. You're like, oh, this is how it happens. Then how are you able to work effectively? You become a challenge, and it becomes a very big challenge for the interpretation community. So you need to have a background in sign language, a very good one at that, and a background in psychology, a very good one at that. And we can move on to the second thing, that is confidentiality. We know that confidentiality is key, and it's an ethical issue in both psychology and interpretation. So if we have seen circumstances where deaf people would prefer a sign language interpreter who may not be very skilled, but they are confidential. Because confidentiality is very key for the deaf community. So as an interpreter, you must know the ethics, both in psychology and sign language interpretation. We value confidentiality. So you must be very confidentiality. That is a top skill. And of course, third, maybe what I can say, I think as the interpreters community, it is high time that we start specializing and separating into different fields, because now it's general. You work in TV, you work in school, you work everywhere. But now we need to start specializing.
Be specific.
And maybe, for example, say I'm a mental health sign language interpreter, I'm a psychologist and I'm a sign language interpreter, or I only work in television, or I only work in this specific field. So we need to start specializing, which is your specific field, and build your skills on that field to help you become better, to become competent in that particular field. What is the sign for competent? Okay, I may not really know. But you have to be competent in that specific field. So this is key. these are the three things that I can say about the sign language interpretation community and what we need as sign language interpreters. But we also understand that many times the deaf community also shares their problems with the sign language interpreter, not as a professional per se, but just normal life challenges. Maybe you're stressed and you're wondering, who can I tell? And you look for an interpreter, maybe who is your friend, and you express yourself to them. So you, as a support person in the deaf community, you must also know how you can support the deaf community effectively. Maybe through referrals, you can send them to another person who can you refer them to. So you need to have a strong network that then can help you.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Let me add something on interpreter's role. The first thing is respect. I'd give the correct information about the person that you are interpreting for. Whatever they are expressing themselves, make sure that you do not give your own opinion.
No opinions, please.
Do not show favorism for the deaf person that you are interpreting for. Number 2, as an interpreter, you need to practice volunteerism, because in the deaf community and you continue volunteering, then you are able to practice and learn. I know that we do not, organization might not be having enough fund to pay an interpreter, but you're also not good in interpretation. Why won't you volunteer in mental health as an interpreter? I know that there are so many variations, but just get to learn how they're expressing themselves in every situation. I remember it was a hospital, a counseling hospital. You go to the hospital and then you meet the nurse. They depend on your history, that is, or they look at you as a deaf person and they decide, oh, they were going to give you this medication because you are deaf, which is very bad. So you have to make sure that you have the correct information. So interpreters, kindly make sure you practice volunteerism. You do not know what might happen. You might be lucky enough. So being in the deaf community, you need to volunteer.
Yeah, I'd also like to add something. You see that many times, especially now, when you're talking about improving mental health, I know many people will be like, oh, yes, there's a very big challenge. And in the interpretation community, it's very important as a sign language interpreter to know that you cannot work for the deaf community. Maybe you can find an organization that is ready to support deaf people, and then you as the interpreter are consulted. Then you say, yes, me, I can come and manage. You want me, I
taking
want
over.
to be the one to
I
manage.
agree with you.
I will
agree.
manage for the
That is
deaf community. I will do this and that for the deaf community. No,
Yes.
if an opportunity arises, some opportunities are for interpreters, yes. There's maybe, for example, you have a program where they need someone who can communicate in sign language. They can employ you as a sign language interpreter. That's not a problem. But if the program is for coordinating deaf people,
Yes, please
doing
leave it
things
to
that
the
are
deaf.
deaf-led, leave it to the deaf person. Don't recommend yourself always. I'm the only one who can do it.
Yeah, correct.
And in addition to what Pam said, the role of the interpreter, they have to know their role. They must avoid some things. For the deaf men, they hate me. For example, for me as a famous person in the deaf community, if I have a mental health issue and I need help and it need to be solved, then I go and meet a professional, a counselor, and then they get stuck with the communication, and they bring an interpreter. One thing, the interpreter look at me and don't inform
Yes.
the counselor about my background. He likes drinking, he likes
I agree
smoking.
with you.
This person is very tough-headed. He will never change. Where deaf people, that is not your responsibility as an interpreter.
Yes, please.
So you have to separate
Yes.
that and avoid.
Yes, you're
Yes.
there to
Don't,
provide.
Just come and interpret, and then secondly, as an interpreter, when you're interpreting, never tell a professional, you wait, just wait. Let me advise you as a deaf person. You are taking a role of a professional. Don't do that. So you make a deaf person go and never come back forever. So try to reduce this on that area.
Yeah, that is not being professional. Yes, and I agree with
Very
you.
true.
Yes, let us move on because of time. And I know we can have this discussion until
Yeah.
12 midnight.
Yes.
Very
Yeah?
true. Very
Yes.
true.
Collins is really, going into the files and, digging deeper and deeper on men issues.
Which
Yeah,
is
all right. I
very
think
good.
next time we're going to
Yeah,
invite
very
you again,
good.
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. I also need to become a role model.
Eh,
So
you,
you all
yeah,
need-
yeah, that's
Very
good. That's
true.
correct. All right. So right now, I want to proceed. Okay, what is reasonable accommodation? What is the best way to rehabilitate? Maybe also, a deaf friend. How can we accommodate them? For example, on facilities, resources. Do we have resources which, deaf can be able to access, which concerns mental health issues or mental health?
I see there is a lot of challenge in that on the area of resources and inclusion for the deaf people. Maybe the sign and talk program, they can produce another one for social media so that the deaf people can access. Mm. There is not a lot of information out there for deaf, and we don't have people who are responsible for sharing those information. So following that is very hard. And also, you can produce, if there is an organization that have funds for the deaf people, they can call expert interpreters and counselors or volunteers to come and teach the deaf people about their mental health. So that there is a lot of resources. If there is a lot of resources, people would be worried. They can come and learn and get something for their life moving forward.
Oh, yes. And what I think, which is very much important, if we have rehabilitation, right? Rehabilitation. We, because we know in many rehabilitation centers, they're hearing people are taken there, they express themselves, they discuss. But when a deaf person is taken there,
There is none.
the doctor does not even understand how to sign. People don't know how to sign. Even the counselor himself does not know how to sign. And people don't know how to sign. So will that deaf
Hard,
person be accommodated? No.
No.
So what I do think is maybe the government and the organizations which have the heart to support and create rehabilitation centers where even a deaf person can be able to come, right? And even have resources where even deaf people can be able to come there and use
Yeah.
also. Because whenever even a deaf person has this issue, they can be taken there and get counseling. But we don't have. We don't have even a person who can be able and a doctor who can encourage and assist. But if we have rehabilitation centers that also can accommodate deaf people, I know people always say, rehabilitation that supports disability. Disability is a word in general. But deaf, when it comes to deaf, it's communication and different language. Language is what makes us united. Accessibility is what makes us united. So when things are going haywire, what do we do? Even in the Bible, it says people are trying to build the Tower of Babel. Then language was an
Yes.
issue.
They were
Yes.
trying
Well,
to communicate.
stopped.
You don't understand me.
Hmm?
You don't understand me.
But my question is, during the Tower of Babel, was there the same language?
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Was there
I'm
What?
not sure.
Or we do research. Or I think we're going to do a research about the Tower of Babel. Or maybe God even made one of them
Okay, maybe
deaf.
Vicky, just a bit. Maybe if maybe there was sign language. Maybe people from different countries now, you have different types of sign language, but you try to communicate with one another. Can you understand me? Can I understand you? And we develop one way of communicating just real time.
Maybe God did not provide that, because if it was sign language, everyone could be able to understand it, because
Yes.
I need a pen, right?
Very
Just
true.
do this.
So I think God did
Yes.
not provide
Do this.
sign language there. Yeah, because because also sign language, that's where we see it's special.
Wait. I also need to add something on. We need to look for donors who are going to support on having a rehabilitation,
Yeah, support
which should have sign
rehabilitation.
language interpretation, or they should learn sign language within our community. I know it's quite hard to form a rehabilitation right now and
Even for us.
have deaf people accessing, because the economy
Mm.
and politics are quite higher.
Mm.
So what I think we should do is we need to advocate. we need to fight for it
Mm.
and make sure that we do not generalize anything. So what I'm thinking we should develop is we should come up with our own center, just a small one. I know as time goes, it will gradually grow and it will become big, and that will be enough for us, and we will have sign language accessibility. I wanted to say something. I have already forgotten. I have forgotten. It's about. Once I remember, I'll let you know. Let's continue.
Okay.
Okay, so I also have maybe another reasonable accommodation. I think maybe training institutions must also think about different target groups, because now mental health training, psychology training is just general. Like, these are the problems, but we don't really have any specific training for example, let's say people with disability. What are their particular challenges? How can we resolve these challenges? How can we also support these professional groups to have adequate training? Because now we don't have that level of training. And even when you're talking about policy environments and how to improve mental health, we must also make sure that the issues of the deaf community are captured clearly in these policy documents.
Yes.
Because if the policy is silent about the deaf community, does not particularly mention anything about deaf communities, then it becomes very hard to lobby and advocate. Because when people are coming together, maybe at the conferences or whatever, to discuss these mental health issues, we must act and make sure that deaf people are sitting on these decision-making tables also, so that they're able to share their challenges and how those challenges can be improved. Because the deaf community knows their challenges better. If they do not have a representative person there to express about deaf communities, then how will these issues be considered? So we need to make sure that in these decisions, in these discussions, deaf people are also represented. If you are not invited, you still go, invite yourself, because it's not always that you will be invited as a deaf person to come and participate. So you go and you knock and you ask, where am I in this discussion? Where is my community being considered in this discussion? So we should never give up on lobbying and advocacy. Advocacy is also not the responsibility of the elderly people, the old people in the community.
Yeah.
They have already done
Yeah.
their part.
That's
youth,
Now
true.
the
I
youth,
agree.
the
Let us
youth
wake
need
up.
to wake up
I
and
agree.
advocate and lobby for your rights.
Now, I also think we need to lobby and stop these people who are saying that you're going to represent us, especially here in group. How are you representing us as deaf community? Do you even know what we're experiencing? So the other thing is I want to talk about is some as the community, we are also left in between. We do not know what we want as the deaf. So what I think and what I'm thinking as we need as a reasonable accommodation is not only language accessibility.
Yes.
Also, to get a reasonable accommodation as a deaf person, be very specific on what deaf is. For example, we have different variation of signs. Sometimes you might find someone signing aggressively with facial expression, but that's not what he's meaning when he's communicating. So you will find that they all have their own different special way of signing. So don't just judge, but listen. Also, another accommodation that I would like to say is you deaf people don't just accept anything. Don't only lobby for sign language interpreter. Just lobby for important things that you need.
All right. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Collins. For sure, I really do hope that you have been able to see everything in full. If you looked just around and came back to the video, you missed something. If you did not follow, you missed something. All right. And if you're not satisfied,
Also,
it means that you missed something.
remember to comment, like, let us know, give us a review, just comment,
please.
tell us what we need to improve moving forward, and we'll be able to adjust. We will like that.
Great. Thank you, Collins, for joining us, and thank you, Sheila, for joining us. For sure, this has really been an important day, and also Pam, I were very much happy. And even before we conclude or adjourn, So I really would want to you to provide either one or two solutions, all right, of what we have discussed, or what is your takeaway, or what's your final takeaway with the youth outside here. Maybe two things. The first, maybe provide a solution of a solution which we have discussed about, and you can give a takeaway, the last words you can offer to the viewers before we close. Is that okay? Maybe we can start with you, Sheila.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Leakey, for giving me this opportunity, which is a very, very important discussion. We have really developed on the mental health issues concerning deaf. And the most important thing I'm going to talk about is about trust. I know it's very hard to express yourself. I know you also, all of us here, experiencing the same. But I want you to have trust. Because if you do not have it, if you don't have confidence, then it's very hard for us to resolve anything, and you will continue feeling painful about things. We have talked about so many things, the solutions, but one of the objectives that we need to focus on is trust within the deaf community. We need to grow. We need to ensure that we create mental health awareness out there. Let's create awareness, because without it, I'm not sure that we as the deaf community can really understand what it is, mental health, and what does it contain. There's so many, many, many people in the remote areas who do not even know what it means. So we need to create awareness within these places to make sure that they know. Remember, there is a verse or proverb that says that a message sent spread outward creates a great world. So let's create awareness, and also we need within ourselves, we need to be united. We need to strengthen our community. We do not need to oppose each other's opinion. Remember, if we oppose one another, when we are here today, tomorrow, what are we going to do? We will never achieve our objectives.
Yes.
So let's be united. Let's help each other solve their challenges as a community. Don't only think about the language, but we need to look for help, and we need to support ourselves. We need to develop ourselves. We need to support one another. We need to ensure there is peace. You all have stable mental health, stable mindset, and also make sure you develop yourself. If not, trauma will catch up with you. So please let us improve our lives. So I'm really begging you, let's be united, let's have trust, and let's make sure that we create awareness on mental health. Thank you so much,
Thank you very
Leakey.
much, Sheila, for that. So my takeaway on what we have discussed, for sure, we have really expressed ourselves. We have really brought the interest in education, and also explained much about the community and the deaf issues. All right. So we have discussed much of what we were discussing today, but the most thing that that I took from the conversation is communication barrier. So for us to move forward, I really want to encourage you, those people who are professionals when it comes to this field, the psychologists, the counselors, doctors, please, let's learn sign language, because sign language helps deaf people to access mental health services, to communicate, because that is the favorable way of communicating. So if we get an interpreter, not even one, so if they don't get an interpreter, what will the deaf do? So one last word that I'll offer to you, youths, if you go through mental health issues, do not go through it alone. There are many other ways that you can be able to help yourself. You can meet a friend who you trust, share. It's not hard. I know sometimes it could be hard to trust, but at least there's that one person who you know, who you can express to. At times, maybe we try to communicate with, we have different organizations. For example, we have Fedwen, which is here. And we have other organizations that you may, pick by yourself, where you can access where maybe we know rehabilitation accommodation is not really much enough, but at least what I can say, youth, let us stay strong. Let us have the faith, and even in future, everything will work
That's
out in a better
possible.
way. Thank you very much. I love you so much.
Thank you very much, Leakey and Pam. And also, what's your name? Okay,
That
Sheila.
one, that.
Yes. I've met you today, and thank you for including me.
Hey,
Yes, I know she's beautiful and you're also handsome. So,
wait.
so from what you've signed and what you've talked about, my summary, I just encourage you, men, especially the men group, the deaf men group. Look at me, men group. Look at me, the deaf men. When you are stressed, don't you can run to alcohol so that it can quell your stress, right?
I know.
Wait. This is fake.
No.
Okay, I'm just
But
being funny.
you know what, Collins? But alcohol is good, huh?
No.
Hmm?
No.
Yeah? Okay.
Alcohol is okay, but don't drink too much. Just drink to sleep. Yes, drink
Don't-
something to sleep.
Don't do
no, I
some,
don't
don't drink
support
a
that.
lot.
Okay, let me give an advice to the deaf men. If you are stressed, look for a friend or a family member who is an expert on mental health. Sit with them and make sure they don't spread your business out there. So meet with them. If it is Pam and you know how to advise the deaf people and to mentor people and to counsel people, let us meet with you. You know you are a sign language expert. So, and let them know if I find my message shared out there, you'll be the one responsible, and you have to agree directly.
Yes.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
I know. Recently, when we went to, there's a lot of things that are happening in the deaf culture. There is a lot of village. Don't be shy. When you have a small problem, try to solve it so that next time it doesn't come out there. It can be solved so that you can move forward together. If you are stressed, you can text Leakey. He has a traveling agency. You can go and watch out animals so that
You
I will relax the
advertising.
mind.
So
you
you're
can travel
advertising.
so that stress can come down. If you are stressed again, men, we know Man United fans. I know there's a lot of stress, and it adds to a depression and it can lead to death. So you heard about what happened to my brother in Kisi, the depression that was very dangerous and it led to death. So be strong. Don't be so weak. Stay strong. And finally, my final advice to the married men. I know there is a lot of family issues that causes mental health. If you know your wife talks a lot, and she signs a lot, put your hands in the pocket, just watch, and then go buy some meat and come and cook so that everything can go well. Try that, and so that it can reduce your mental and it can reduce your stress. So you can go travel and watch animals so that it can take down your stress, so that you can become peaceful and moving forward.
All right, thank you to Pam.
Wow. Today we have discussed a lot. We've talked about a lot of things, and I hope that you've learned. So my final comment would be that don't give up.
Yes.
Whatever challenges or problems, whatever stress you have, other people also have stress. We all have challenges. And these are a normal part of life. So don't give up. Don't say, hey, I'm so overwhelmed. My stress is overly heavy. No, just find avenues to express yourself. You can tell your friend, you can tell a family member, people who you can trust. Express yourself, and it will help you to reduce the stress. Also, don't forget to follow us on Hands on Talk. Subscribe, like, share with your friends and your family and whoever it is that you can share to, because we are all learning together how to support one another.
Very true.
And another thing, maybe my final comment would be that support persons for the deaf community. we also need to wake up and move together, work together, because we all have one goal. Not that I am a support person, but my goal is different. No, we all need to have a common goal. For parents of deaf children, children of deaf adults, sign language interpreters, deaf people, we all need to come together. Even hearing people who want to support the deaf community, we all must have one goal so that we can all achieve the said goal, whatever it is that we want to achieve. Sawa, thank you so much for
I have
watching
something
us
to
on
add.
Hands on Talk. We love you always.
And in addition, just a small addition before we finish, the interpreter role, don't take everything for the deaf. You've seen me say that. I know, now Pam is signing, and that is a problem. It's okay. For your comment, don't say Pam is hearing. He has taken up sign on talk for the deaf people. She is part of our family. She is part of the community because her parents are deaf. So that let us support each other so that we can be successful together. I love you all and thank you very much.
Yeah, hold on. I have something to add. Yeah. We have learned a lot from Hands on Talk. But remember, your health is wealth. You're very handsome, very beautiful ladies, and you want to die hungry? Please no.
Very true.
Please.
All right, guys. Thank you. I'm very much happy, and we're very much happy for you staying there for very long and watching us. May God bless you and add you more bundles. May He also add you more money for Wi-Fi, and may He add you more, right? But please, right? May He also as He adds you bundle and Wi-Fi. Please don't forget to like, comment, share with your friends,
also.
your sweethearts, and learn together. All right? Hope to see you in the next episode 10. All right? So for now, we are done. Thank you very much, Collins, for coming.
You're welcome.
And also thank you very much, Sheila,
Thank
for
you.
coming.
You're
You're
welcome.
really smiling, and I can really see where the signing is coming
Yeah.
from. And thank you very much, Pam, for we love
love
you.
you.
all.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.